Okay. Looks like everything's up. Just double check. Yep. Okay. So the game for today is called SYSCRUSHER. It's a sci-fi FPS that feels really good to play, and I would know because I already played it. I went to test it the other day, and then I finished it because it's really short. So I'll be playing through it multiple times, and try to get good at it. Try to go fast. But that said, the speedruns use a lot of out of bounds stuff that I don't know if I can do very well. So it's not like I'm gonna be actually going for a speedrun, but I'm gonna be trying to get better at the game. I'll play through it a couple times, and we'll see how things go. And I need to, the audio might be loud on this because the game was really loud and doesn't have settings, so I had to change things in OBS. So I hope it's not too bad. Also, there is a chance that the cursor is going to appear on screen. And also, I'm not going to be bothering with reading the dialogue because this game's story is a giant nothing. I think if you hit like Control Shift C and then Y, it makes you get a cyberpunk story for you, and that's what this one is. All you need to know there is that there's a little face watching. He's really cute. And also this, I mean, I guess this intro is skippable, but may as well not. Alright, probably the most interesting thing about the movement in this game is the acceleration. You slowly start going faster and faster and faster while running, up to about this speed. So, the more you can just, like, stay moving, the more you can do the go fast. But generally, this game feels really nice to play. It would just probably be better if I were actually any good at it. Every time you get a headshot, you hear a little wee sound. That's kind of satisfying. This starting gun's really weak, and it's kind of funny how much better the later guns are. Like, even in this 20-minute long or so game, there's a very noticeable progression of weapon strength. Staying safe in combat is really as simple as continuing to move. Enemies will hit you if you stay still for very long, but they're not really ever going to lead their shots. So the only time you'll get hit while moving is if you, like, move back and forth in a way that doesn't get out of the way of the attack. Or you just step in front of a guy like that. Or, any of the reasons I just displayed there. There's health pickups. There's also max health pickups that are kind of cool. Not sure if this enemy actually takes headshot damage. But at any rate, I think that's the only one you have to fight with the pistol. Yeah, because then you get the shotgun right after. And there's plenty of ammo. This ambush is probably the most dangerous room in the game. It can go south actually pretty quickly. And this is very much a video game shotgun where proximity dictates the damage. At far range, it's pretty harmless, and at close range, it basically one-shots things. If you're diligent in picking up the health ups, realistically you're only ever gonna die from, like, falling. because there are lots of pits, and yeah, those will kill you real good. Also, you can really see the effect of the acceleration whenever I stop to like look at something or reposition. Because once I start moving again, it's like I'm not moving at all. So I should say, by this point, the speedrun has already beaten the game about twice over. There's a lot of out-of-bounds stuff you can do to go really fast. And there are very few things you have to fight. There are 3 bosses in the game, and there's 3 categories. One for killing all the bosses, one for killing everything, including enemies, and then one for just getting to the ending. And the getting to the ending one is like a minute 46. Oh yeah, I always forget, there is a slow-mo option in this game, and I just sort of forget about it sometimes. It's also really strong, because you can use it for a very long time. Go away. I do want to try to kill all the enemies if possible. Gonna have to go back for that one, I guess. Alright, I'll do that. Let's get them all. This game has destructible cover in the very most basic sense. Like the boxes that you see can take one shot and then they go away. And there are those explosive barrels that do explosive barrel things. They do this, you know, just 1 damage when they hit you. And they don't even seem to kill enemies that well. But they do take out pieces of the floor sometimes. Alright, now I think I got all of them. You can really get schmoovin' once you've got your momentum up. And you jump pretty high, and the jump's really floaty, so there's things you can do. Like, I guess I can show it off. To get on that... let's give it another try. Yeah, to get on this, I'd kind of have to already have momentum. But you can walk on basically anything in this game. If it looks like it should have collision, any surface in this game has collision. So that's what the speedrun does, is it just walks on top of the buildings, really. Alright, first boss time. The bosses in this game are really easy. Although, I think I accidentally got stepped on a lot there and took a bunch of damage. I might actually die. That would be incredible. I think there's health somewhere in this arena. I guess not. And now the game is really over because the autogun is super strong. Do bear in mind, it's very flashy, especially if I get close to an enemy. There is an issue with flashing lights in this game. You can see just how long that slowdown lasted. You can also see just how strong the autogun is. Especially because any one hit getting a headshot is an instant kill on basic enemies. Oftentimes I don't use the slowdown when it would be useful, just to be sporting, really. I mean, you hardly need it. Well, never went back here before. Huh? There's a health up. That's neat. Just a moment. Doing things on the back end. Okay. Sorry about that. I think these later enemies might be more aggressive. It seems like it. I'm getting hit a lot. And the ammo pickups for the auto gun are so generous. I mean, there's tons of them that give you 50 shots that you can be really judicious with your attacks. And you can see the boss wasn't even the threat. It was the little guys, the little nippers. There we go. There's some health pickups. Boop, boop, boop. That's how enemies really get you in this game, is they do tend to sneak up on you. So spatial awareness plays a big part in actually being any good at this game. It also helps to be good at, you know, aiming in first person, which I mean, not. It's not the type of game I usually play, but I do like them well enough. I'm actually gonna die. How embarrassing. And I'm running low on ammo. Everything's gone wrong. Well then. Sometimes they just get you. But then they respawn me with full health and extra ammo. So this game, I'd love to see it fleshed out, because, like, I'm nearing the end. There's only one boss left, and it's really quick. I guess there's 2 bosses, technically. But if this were the first level in, like, a 10-level game, I'd be happy to pay, like, 15-20 bucks for it. Add a few more weapons, maybe hire a writer. To actually write the game. That'd help. That'd really tie this together. That's an enemy gunship, Snake. One blast from its machine gun will tear a man in half. I'm actually out of ammo for the machine gun. How embarrassing. I'm like, why gun no shoot? Gun is supposed to shoot. And you get schmoovin' like this, it really is best to just look for shots as you can take them and not try to line them up. Corridors are where this game can really get you, because you have to run towards an enemy, and when you're doing that, it means you're not strafing out of the way, and that's how enemies actually hit you with any frequency. Oh man, I'm really putting the suck on. I did a lot better the first time I played. I don't think that hit me. And now I'm concentrating. I don't want to die again. Yeah, there's one more boss. You have to fight with this rocket launcher. And it is just like, oh, shoot him like, I don't know, 4 times. You're good to go. Bosses in this could really stand to have more health so that you could see their patterns. It's so cute. It is so cute. Look at it. It just wants to impose dystopian orders. That's so bad. Alright, I got it. The game is just about over now. But, like, I think this game is made really well. It's just not made very far. It's not made very a lot. And that's the end of the game. Like, you can tell when a game doesn't even have, like, options or a save system that it's real short. But the worst thing a game can be is boring. And it's not boring. And I want more of this. Me. I don't know, let's play it again. It's only been 18 minutes. This first part is unskippable, which is funny. So let's try to go a little faster this time. Just like, you know, run past enemies. Oh, it let me keep my weapons. That's interesting. So you'd have to start from a properly fresh save to be able to do a speedrun where you're properly restricted. Especially considering how strong the machine gun is. Going through fast, it's like a whole different game. You can just jump around enemies, no problem. Again, as long as you just keep sidewinding and such, you're usually good to go. Well, I am very low on ammo. Oh, you take 4 damage if you get touched by him. That's great. Well, shows me, huh? didn't get touched that time, so it's all good. Getting ammo is definitely more important when you're moving fast. And now that I have autogun ammo, I feel invincible again. Even just hitting enemies once can be enough to keep you safe from them, because they do stagger. Ah! Get hit by the little guys. I should be jumping more. Though I'm jumping, I'm safe from the little chompers. And also, I should be not hit by the saw blade. That's been known to hurt. Does kind of turn into a different game when you're trying to go fast and you're, like me, only okay at first-person shooters. After all, there are quite a lot of enemies. And they get in your way. Suppose I can pick up... Oh, the HP ups are just not there. Wonder if that's intentional, or if that's an accident of the New Game Plus feature. Your invincibility frames after you take a hit are long enough that you can afford often to just run through enemies. Of course, the speedrun doesn't really have to worry about getting hit by enemies at all. Considering it largely stays out of bounds. Are there not any more missiles? Weird. I think the game might be a little unhappy with me going too fast. Regardless, I'm just about done again. Oops. Ah, yeah, ammo does seem to respawn after a little while. You can really see the spread on the gun running at the door and shooting like that. It actually is pretty significant. So doing well with it, going fast and getting headshots on the move comes down to like doing single shots. That's the game beaten in another 7 minutes. Let's see if I can go faster. Okay, there's no option to, like, get back to the main menu quickly. Oh, well, let's just load it up again. Don't know how much longer I'll go. I mean, at this point, retreading, you know. But I can keep playing this game. There we go. Okay. That's what you'd have to do for a speedrun, since it starts you off with the weapons. If you have already beaten the game, that's no good. I guess I could play around with how the speedrun does things. Like, you have to start by getting on this box and then jumping onto this slant. But I'm not sure how to do it. I don't seem to get enough height. Oh, there we go. And now I'm already at this spot where that first health pickup is. But if I don't jump in, where can I go from here? Certainly seems like I can keep going in some way. Well, that's an option. Oh my god, hit a stationary box, challenge impossible. This is already feeling a lot faster, and that's sort of the thing with speedruns too, is once you get the hang of the game, you notice improvements at a rapid rate, and that feels really good. Going from the 18-minute first run to a 7-minute second run, now to however much faster this is going. Even though this one is going to be without having the weapons at the beginning. And only doing that one skip. Of course, since it took me a few tries, that cuts into any time save I might get. But if I were to keep going at it, you know, it'd get faster every time. And I'd work on doing more and bigger skips. I'd get more accustomed to the level layout and be able to go through it faster, which would also mean taking less damage, which would mean needing to pick up fewer health ups. I'd get better at the shooting and be able to clear enemies before needing to run into them, as I did there. Know which spots I can more safely, like, jump around like that. And that's the type of improvement you see over the course of learning a speed game. Gimme. I want it. you aim at approximately head level with the shotgun, you can usually take out an enemy in one hit, which helps a lot. Yeah, see here I'm taking a detour to get that extra health and ammo, which I definitely would not need if I weren't taking hits. Knowing where enemies spawn, you'd be able to shoot at them before even really being able to see them. That sort of thing helps a lot. Especially because enemy spawns in this game are always the same. Just tanking the hits there. And once again, heading on to the final boss. You can basically kill it before it even starts attacking. So knowing that, you go even faster. And now imagine if you were able to apply all these things in the game over the course of multiple levels. Making a speed run and learning a bigger game, learning more tricks, more parts of the game opening up because you've learned things beforehand. That sort of stuff's really exciting. Well, I did one speedrun skip right at the beginning. I know there are others. I don't know where they are. Honestly, I'd say 3 runs is good enough. I don't really have any interest in learning how to bring it down to the 2 to 3 minute mark. If I did any, it would be the any percent, because that just requires the least being good at FPSs, and the most being good at platformers, essentially. But that's going to wrap it up for this one. I have a schedule ready that I'll post after this for next week. Got a lot of things up on already downloaded, ready to play. One thing I'm excited about is I picked a game I've actually played before, a while before, called Backspace Boken, which is a typing game. So you get to see my really mediocre typing speed and my really loud keyboard right next to the mic. I'll maybe try to do something about that, maybe like move it back. But yeah, that's it.